Welcome back, guys. This is Adrian once again with Triggered Wrestling. Today we're going to be talking about the June 28th episode of Dynamite. And let's not forget, it is also the fallouts for Forbidden Door, or as some WWE fans like to call it, Forbidden Snore. So let's continue and let's start the show.
Triggered Wrestling is so awesome all the way around. That gets me triggered.
Ooh, okay, well, let's go with the bad trigger right now.
See, I'm a fan of all of it.
Will force you to watch Triggered Wrestling.
What's up, everybody? It's Brian Garcia here with Adrian De Los Santos. We're having a wonderful day. We are days away from the 4th of July holiday. I got some big plans. Adrian got big plans. But how you doing today, Adrian?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely great, man. This episode of Dynamite is not one of the best, so I got some triggered energy for that. I know I'm going to piss off some of my fans, but I got to speak the truth. We all can't be writers like WWE fans, so...
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It was a terrible show, at least for me. I'm not the biggest fan of AEW, especially Dynamite. Collision's starting to grow on me, but the last episode, obviously, didn't live up to what the first episode was, at least to me. But we'll get into that later. So right now we're talking about AEW Dynamite from June 28th, 2023. But like I mentioned before, the holiday's coming up, July 4th. We're going to start off this episode with a top 5 list, Adrian. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Ooh.
We're going to do a top 5 list of the top Mr. America gimmick, the top 5 patriotic gimmicks of recent history. So, you want to go first? Number 5? Who would you put as number 5, Adrian?
I would put as number 5 none other than the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And I'm only putting him at number 5 because I think once he gets that title, he's going to be more over, depending on if it's the participation title or if it's Roman Reigns' title, whatever it's called now. He's carrying 3 titles. 2 titles don't even mean anything anymore, so I don't even know what it's called. But I would actually put Cody Rhodes at number 5. But if he wins the title, probably go up my list. But for right now, at number 5.
Yeah, he does always wear like red, white, and blue. He's got the American Nightmare, kind of like American Dream, like his dad.
And he has that amazing tattoo on his neck.
The amazing tattoo on his neck. What did he say? That he got his prison tattoo just like Dom?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Man. All right. So number 4, bro. Then I'm going to say it, and you guys are going to completely either remember or say I'm tripping. But Kevin Owens, remember when he was United States champion? And obviously he's Canadian.
Yeah.
And he was going to be the, what was it?
Face of America?
The face of America, yes, when he was trying to defend the United States champion. I thought that shit was so funny, dude. The face of America, Kevin Owens, being Canadian, I thought that was good.
Yeah, that was really funny. And I think, to be honest, I might piss off some people with number 3 pick right here. I'm going to put number 3 as Undertaker as the American Badass. I know not a lot of people like that character. I loved it. The motorcycles, the choppers, when he was driving down the ramp. Sometimes it looked like he was going to run over some production people. And the music by Limp Bizkit. Let's not forget, it was a badass song. American Badass.
It was a rap line dancing music, bro.
Yep. Rap rock back when it was cool.
Not even rap rock, bro. Line dancing, you know, like they do that one song like clap. Clap,
yep.
clap your hands. But they go like, put your hands up, put your hands down, step up, back up, back up. Doing the electric slide, bro. That was Undertaker's theme song.
Yeah, I like that number 3. I like him as our number 3.
As our number 3. Okay, number 2. I'm going to go with Kurt Angle, bro.
Ooh, yes.
Kurt Angle. Obviously, Olympic gold medalist for the United States. Always wearing that red, white, and blue. Perk Angle was probably the best Kurt Angle there was. From TNA Impact. I always like watching that video of him doing that front flip off the stage, bro. That thing looks so majestic.
Yes, on Abyss. That shit is amazing. I would have never thought Kurt Angle was doing that. I mean, let's not forget, WWE is more of a protective type of style, but it was a good thing to see Kurt Angle try new things. I like that. And let's not forget, too, he won that gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Not anybody can do that, and Kurt Angle did. My props to that man.
You know, honestly, he probably should have been number 1. But let's go with number 1 now. Lex Luger. Who remembers the Lex Express, you know, fighting down Yokozuna on his way to SummerSlam, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He ended up losing at WrestleMania 10. But yeah, he was, I think after Hulk Hogan dipped, they're trying to give him the American gimmick, right? After the narcissist Lex Luger.
Yes.
It was all about Lex Luger.
Yeah, man. Wasn't he coming out with like red, white, and blue shorts or tights or something like that? Yeah, he was hot back in the day. He was hot.
He was hot back in the day. And then he was with was it the Superpowers? I forgot what it was named.
I think so.
Or the United Nations, whatever the fuck that gimmick was, with him and the British Bulldog. They both had kind of matching attires, but they were obviously United States and the British.
Oh, that one, yep. I remember that one. I mean, a lot of people would have said we could have put Hulk Hogan in there, but, Hulk Hogan was a little bit more for the kids. But still, it's American attire. I don't see, especially with Hulk Hogan's current situation and stuff like that in his past recently, yeah.
Yep. So, do you have any honorable mentions that didn't make the top 5 list?
Oh, yes, I have my man, Jack Swagger, when he was with what's his name? Zeb Coulter?
Zeb Coulter.
Coulter, when they had that We the People chant, and they were low-key kind of racist.
Dude, so I remember he was it the All-American? No, I'm thinking of the All-American Rejects. He was the American All-American? The All-American
yes.
Jack Swagger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he was the All-American Jack Swagger, similar to like Kurt Angle, right?
Yep.
And then he joined Zeb Coulter, and they got kind of like low-key racist, and then Cesaro joined him.
Yeah, and then after that, I don't know if you remember that episode. I don't know if it was a pay-per-view or an episode of Raw when Zeb Coulter and Alberto Del Rio somehow were in cahoots with each other, and that just made absolutely no sense, especially after Coulter's little sting with Jack Swagger and being low-key kind of racist. It was kind of funny and out of nowhere. It's kind of weird. Yeah,
definitely weird. Let me see. Honorable mention. I'm gonna go with the Patriot. Was it the Patriot or was it no? Mr. America, when like Hulk Hogan got fired or he couldn't show up and he just showed up with the fucking Mr. America mask on, bro. That shit was funny.
Oh man.
So like that's what I'm gonna go with for my honorable mention.
I don't know if you remember when they had that little segment of Mr. America and Vince McMahon when they were in the ring and they had a lie detector test on them. They were like, "Are you Hulk Hogan?" No.
Oh, I remember that now, bro.
Bro, and then the lie detector test would either ding or beep. I'm like, bro, that's not how it works.
That shit's hella funny.
Are you Hogan?
I remember that now.
No. Ding.
Dude, I'm gonna go back and look at that shit. That shit's funny.
Yeah, yes it is. Yeah, go look back and find it. I actually saw it the other day on YouTube. It was pretty hilarious.
All right, so I guess we're gonna get into AEW Dynamite because that was the best part of our show was that top 5 list. Because after this, it's just downhill, at least to me. Starting from the first fucking match, bro. We have Jon Moxley versus the Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii. They just start trading forearms. They have a typical New Japan strong style match. Ishii's just he's up there in age. They had this awkward spot when they like both threw clotheslines at each other and they like collapsed. It was weird, like rag dolls, like in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, Jon Moxley wins with the Death Rider. We get some intervention, I guess you would say, from Eddie Kingston coming out mid-match to help Tomohiro Ishii even out the odds. Adrian, what do you want to say about this?
To be honest, I actually thought this match was pretty amazing. I mean, like you said, it was a typical New Japan match. The match started with both Moxley and Ishii just trading chops. I mean, there were some hard-hitting chops, not like the other ones that you see in AEW TV. Then after they were exchanging elbows, then they were exchanging, foreheads? They were hitting each other in the head with their heads. I don't know. I thought that was pretty weird. And I think that's when Moxley started bleeding. I don't know if that's when he started bleeding or if he bladed before. But
I mean, he started bleeding. That's all I know. But I think it was from the headbutts.
But yeah, and Eddie Kingston comes out and furthers the story with him and Claudio and Moxley. I mean, they got something cooking up over there. I mean, yeah, some people like to say it's slowly brewing. But the funniest part about that is like Eddie Kingston still calls Claudio a douchebag, a backstabber. Claudio just stands there and takes it all. Like even later on the show, even before Dynamite, Claudio's just there, just standing, like, just mean mugging. I'm like, bro, do something. He's calling you names, and you're just standing there? Do something.
Yeah, he's got to do something. He's literally just in AEW just to wrestle, and that's it, because he doesn't talk. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't even do mean faces. He just stands there, dude. He doesn't do anything. Yeah,
and that's true. I think he's mainly, he's not mainly at Ring of Honor. He's in AEW TV, but he's there to put Ring of Honor over. But I mainly see him on AEW Dynamite, so if they want to do something with Ring of Honor, put the champion on your product, please. And for those out there that are probably gonna expose me, he's on Ring of Honor TV every week, why don't you look? I don't have Honor Club.
Yeah, not only do we not have it, I personally, not speaking for Adrian, I don't see the point of getting it. Like, all you get to do is watch a month of Ring of Honor. You don't get an access to any of like the old pay-per-views, right? At least not yet. And then you still have to pay for the pay-per-views on top of that. So I don't really... And then plus everything's pre-taped like 3 weeks in advance or some shit like that, right? So technically, you already know what happened if you Google it before it even shows up. So there's that. But anyways, after the match, we talked about Moxley and Kingston kind of bumping shoulders. Then we go to Renee Paquette in the backstage, talking to Adam Cole. and then another vehicle pulls up, and then MJF comes out to interrupt, and he pretty much says that, thanks for getting sick, Adam Cole, because you're going to be fresh for our tournament matches coming up. And then they, he doesn't get in the car with them, right?
No, he gets in the car later on in another segment.
Oh, that's why I'm getting them confused. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So what happens on this one then if I got it wrong?
Pretty much as MJF comes out and it says, hey, Adam Cole, you're lucky for getting sick. MJF says, I probably would have done the same thing. That way I didn't have to show up for Forbidden Door, but whatever. And then MJF, guess they have new shirts now for their new tag team. It's available on AEW shop. I'm like, damn, you guys got shirts quick. Probably why a lot of people like to call AEW the t-shirt company. But yeah, it's pretty much your typical WWE segment type of thing where you have wrestlers pull up to the arena in their vehicles or get driven to the arena. Similar style to WWE.
Nah, bro, it's different because MJF doesn't even come to the ring. He literally just stays in the parking lot this entire fucking episode.
Yeah, he really does.
He really fucking does, bro. Oh, man.
Oh, and speaking of MJF, after the review episode, I want to have a serious topic about MJF and the way Tony Khan is handling him. Stay tuned for that.
All right, so they go to commercial. Coming back, Renee Paquette is now interviewing her husband, Jon Moxley. Eddie Kingston comes up. They argue. That's when he calls Claudio the scumbag, blah, 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 blah. They get broken up. We kind of already talked about this previously, so we'll move on from there. Then we get a video of Kenny Omega talking about losing on Sunday, but not because of Don Callis, but because Will Ospreay was the better man, and he's not done with him yet. So I'm assuming they're going to fight at All In London.
Yeah, most likely, especially after the first match was an amazing, a 5-star banger, or 6-star, I don't know, whatever Meltzer rated, but I'm rating it as a 5-star. This past Sunday at Forbidden Door, there was a scary bump. But for those who don't know, that's a Tiger Driver from 91. Depending on how you look at it, it was a scary move. But yes, the fans deserve a number 3, a trilogy. So let's hope it happens at All In.
All right, so the next up is the randomest of the random matches. You get fucking Orange Cassidy. Actually, let me start with the other team, right? The Jericho Appreciation Society. They got Cool Hand Angelo Parker, Daniel Garcia, and Matt Menard versus Orange Cassidy, Keith Lee, and El Hijo del Vikingo. So is Hijo del Vikingo AAA Mega Champion still or no?
Yes, he's still a AAA Mega Champion. I think Omega's going to challenge him in 2 weeks in Mexico. I believe in Tijuana, if I'm not mistaken. I could probably Google that later. Or if you guys in the comments section, let us know, please. But when I first seen this tag team, I'm like, this is a random ass tag team. Why? You have Orange Cassidy versus the JAS. Orange Cassidy has a faction, if I'm not mistaken. Technically 2. One in AEW as best friends, and the other one in New Japan with Chaos. Keith Lee and Vikingo were just randomly there in the locker room.
In the babyface locker room.
The babyface locker room, and they accepted Orange Cassidy's request to be his partner. It was random, because that's Orange Cassidy, a random ass dude. Lazy random ass dude. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you have a faction. Use them.
Yeah, and regardless of the talent that's in there, Hijo del Vikingo, obviously, I was not a fan of this match. It was just too random of people in this match. Cool Hand and Matt Menard are the resident jobbers of the Jericho Appreciation Society. You may even want to throw Daniel Garcia in there. Keith Lee's got zero momentum. Hijo del Vikingo technically is not an AEW superstar, and then just have Orange Cassidy. So essentially it was Orange Cassidy versus 3 guys, and Keith Lee was a powerhouse just to take the win. So that's, if you want to get more detail, Adrian, that's kind of what I got from this match.
Not really into detail, just a quick highlights, man. Vikingo, again, the man just amazes me with his speed. I know he has it. I know he has skills. The Lucha Libre style is there. Every time I see him, it's impressive. That's just me. I love Lucha Libre style. I grew up watching Lucha Libre style wrestling, and I love it. A lot of people are going to hate me on this, but I sort of compare him to Rey Mysterio back in the day. Back when, whatever was his name, Alebrije used to come up and shit. He was really fast. A lot of people would think, is this a kid? Is this a little person? Is this an adult? Even Conan said it at one point. Quick little story. He would take Rey Mysterio to these bars, and the bartenders would tell him, hey, no kids allowed. And Conan would tell him, no, he's just a little person. He gets a little offended when you call him a kid. But, I like this team. Daddy Magic, always funny to me. I don't know why, he's just funny. Garcia, to be honest, Garcia is the best sports entertainer in the world to me. The man just randomly started dancing on top of Keith Lee.
Yes, he did, bro. When did he start doing that? It's something he just recently started doing, or am I tripping?
I think it was like a few months back, but yeah, recently. And he only does it like either in his entrance or in his matches. But yeah, I think this was more of a highlight because he did it on top of Keith Lee. Brian mentioned already, Keith Lee got the win. So, it was a good random match. Probably not everybody's cup of tea because it was really random. a lot of randomness.
Man, speaking into randomness, we get Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. So Sammy Guevara is now a mute, apparently, because this whole interview is dominated by Chris Jericho. And the only time Sammy Guevara says anything is, like, he doesn't say anything, right? Chris Jericho just says, "Isn't that right, Sammy?" And he just shakes his head, yes. And then he comes out with these, and actually, I'll get there later. What do you have to say about this, Adrian?
Nothing pretty much. It just sets up the main event match for later on the night. Typical Jericho heel promo challenging Sting. And it says that Painmaker is going to be at the main event. So Sting, bring your A game, and we'll talk about that later.
All right, so that sets up the next match, which was kind of set up in some promos before, where the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Adam Page were looking for an open challenge trio match, and the Dark Order wanted all the smoke. Alex Reynolds, Evil Uno, and John Silver. And initially, they're not even taken seriously by the Young Bucks, especially Adam Page. And this sets up the match. Adam Page refuses to tag in, refuses to try to hit the Dark Order. Eventually he does, after much avail, after getting bitch slapped around by Evil Uno, after getting knocked around by Alex Reynolds and John Silver, he finally hits him back. The Young Bucks win by pinfall with the Buckshot Lariat on John Silver. They also hit the BTE trigger on him as well to finish him off. This match, I know you're a big fan of the Dark Order, Adrian, but that team, ever since Dark has died, they have been middling, not even on TV, not on Ring of Honor, just in the back and catering. And I know you're a big Johnny Hungy fan, so you got to do some defending here.
Nah, I mean, well, Silver actually was in Ring of Honor this past Tuesday, the day before Dynamite. But yes, I am a big Dark Order fan because they're the original Dark Order, not like the other faction in the other company, the Dark Order from Wish. But yes, I'm a big Johnny Hungy fan because, as you know, the man is just amazing. He's funny. He has good moves. The yes kicks are super impressive. But yeah, man, the match started a little weird. Adam Page didn't really want to hit his former members, but like you were right, the Darksmore did want the smoke, and they were going to take it out on Adam Page. And that was a pretty much typical trios match from the Young Bucks. But I think the main thing that we want to talk about is, are we going to see a heel turn? I mean, I know they were upset with Hangman, but after the match, the BCC came out and started attacking the Young Bucks and Adam Page. Even left Adam Page bloody. They busted him open.
Yeah, they were stabbing him in the head with a screwdriver.
Yeah, and Dark Order was just watching. Adam Page was looking at them, walking away. I mean, I was a little heartbroken. I was like, damn, man, are we really going to see a separation and a heel turn from Dark Order? Because I think that's what they need, especially when Mr. Brody Lee was still alive. They gained that momentum as a heel faction. Let's hope they bring that back and get some momentum because, yes, they haven't been doing anything. They have some fans. TK, listen to me, my boy. If Paul Levesque listens to our show, you should too. I want Dark Order, so put him on TV.
Yeah, I mean, with Rampage out there and Collision, like, there's definitely enough TV time for the Dark Order out there now. So hopefully they get some seriousness into them. But yeah, they just left. And then this sets up, obviously you mentioned the attack from the BCC, who announced that July 19th in Boston at the TD Garden, it's going to be blood and guts. And the crowd goes mild. And that's mild, M-I-L-D, M as in Mary, not wild, mild.
Mild like Taco Bell hot sauce.
Mild, bro. And that crowd was not in it at all.
Yeah, that crowd was 2 thumbs down. And that's the thing what I'm talking about. It's like, if AEW had to crank up the crowd noise button, this is the perfect time where they do it. But as we know, they don't have that in AEW. They use realistic fan interaction, not like other companies.
They mic that crowd up so you can hear a fucking fart, bro.
Nah.
Like, that crowd is so mic'd up. You can barely hear the fucking announcers at times. So the fact that they didn't hear anything makes you know that either, one, there weren't that many people there. Because, we all know AEW doesn't sell tickets as well as they used to. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like the love of the BCC versus Elite was dead maybe 2 months ago when they had the Anarchy in the arena. Is that what it was, right? Where they had the blackface guy singing Wild Thing?
Yeah, it was at it was a Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing.
Oh, okay. So a month ago, technically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's that. Then they do the hype for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And then this is when Adam Cole is back in the parking lot with Roderick Strong. Strong tells him not to trust MJF, and that he's just going to be playing along for now. MJF picks him up in the vehicle. Adam Cole wishes Roderick Strong luck against Samoa Joe, and they leave in the car together. And that's the part I was trying to say earlier. So yes, I did get them both confused.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This explains to me that this whole segment is mainly a WWE copy and paste. As we know from WWE, every time a faction or a tag team is formed, you already know a turn is coming. And the fact that Adam Cole literally explained it here tells me that this is a copy and paste from a WWE segment. Random tag team, you know that somebody's going to turn on somebody, and Adam Cole explained it. But I don't know. I'm not really invested in this just yet. Let's see what goes on, because I'm not going to give my full attention until it fully interests me. But I want to see more. I want to see more before I start judging it.
All right. Well, I mean, just so you know, they're going to make it into the finals of this tournament.
Yeah.
Neither win it, or that's when the turn's going to happen. But anyways, continuing along. Then we get a introduction here of Hyde from that 70s show, fresh from jail. No, I'm just kidding. That was actually Jungle Boy coming out dressed to the nine like Hyde from that 70s show. So he is wearing the exact same color scheme as Christian Cage with like the brown jacket with the black undershirt. So if that's copy and paste, I don't know what it is.
Everything except the turtleneck.
Yeah, everything except the turtleneck, sunglasses and all. And he does his best MJF promo. I'm rich and I'm banging the hottest chicks, is what he says.
The hottest chick in the company.
The hottest chick in the company. And MJF says something similar, saying he's rich and he's banging rats. Remember that one? He's pinning backs and banging rats? That's what
something
he said.
like that, yeah.
Yeah. So,
oh yeah, before I go on to what I wanted to say, did you know that Krusty from The Simpsons is Jungle Boy's uncle?
Bro, stop.
I swear to God. Bro, I was watching The Simpsons. I'm a big Simpsons fan, and I was watching the other day, with Luke Perry, may he rest in peace. He was on the Krusty show as Krusty's sidekick, and then we found out that they were brothers. So yeah, Jungle Jack Perry is related to Krusty the Clown.
I'm weak. What did you think about his promo, his first heel promo?
His first heel promo by himself. Usually when somebody delivers a heel promo is either the faction with somebody, an interviewee in the ring, or on the ramp or backstage. This was just Jungle Jack Perry in the ring by himself. There's room for improvement, I'll say that. It was good, not great, but it wasn't bad. I give it, out of 10, I'll probably give it a 5.5, maybe, because yes, it was his first one. Basically said the same things other people have said, but there's definitely room for improvement. So next time he delivers a promo and he doesn't deliver it, then I'll trash it. Right now, this is the first one. I'm not going to be fully invested in it, but I'll just wait and see until the next one. How would you rate this?
I'm gonna rate it a 3, bro, because he's not the best talker. We know that as his baby face.
Yep.
Apparently, he's a natural heel. If you listen to what he did on that meet and greet months and months ago, where he was a total D-bag, apparently, according to people that went to that event. I think it was also in England. Yeah, dude, I don't know. When your heel promo has to result on you make a lot of money and you're banging chicks, I mean, that's a pretty weak promo, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. A lot of wrestlers nowadays, they try to get that cheap heat, especially when they're trying to deliver a promo and they got zero crowd reaction. So all they do is just insult the crowd, insult the hometown team, insult the arena. I mean, for example, Bayley from WWE, she gets zero heat. So all she does is just trash talk the town, the team, and it's just nobody's invested in it. Just like how nobody was invested in Jungle Boy's promo. Yeah, it's cheap heat, and I think people are tired of that. So if there's writers in the AEW locker room, please do something with Jungle Boy, because there's writers in WWE and they ain't doing nothing. So,
I mean, to be completely fair, I believe that MJF gets cheap heat as well, but at least he seems genuine about it. You know what I mean? Like, he seems charismatic and that he actually means what he says, not that he's scared to tell people that he's banging Anna Jay. But anyways, I mean, and this is the thing, the person that they choose to feud him against is Hook. So it's either you push Jungle Boy up to the moon and you bury Hook at the same time, or you have Hook win and bury Jungle Boy, the guy who was just challenging for the title. So there's no win-win situation here, and AEW booked themselves into a corner, in my opinion.
And not really, because you can also say the same thing for other people. I mean, come on, Austin Theory is over as fuck with probably Miles right now, because people have forgotten he's even champion. I mean, he aligned himself with Pretty Deadly. The dude was getting little to no heat. They kept giving him opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Made absolutely zero sense, and they gave him the title. They gave him John Cena, and he's still not over with the crowd. Again, I'm not going to fully trash this until I fully see this. I can trash Austin Theory because I've seen his rap sheet already.
He's the GOAT, bro. Leave him out of this.
Theory, for some reason, won the Money in the Bank, lost it, and got awarded another title shot. I mean, nowhere in the rules of the Money in the Bank does that say, if you lose the Money in the Bank, you get awarded a title shot the following week.
And first of all, I'm going to expose you, bro. Yeah, I'm going to expose you. Oh, wait, that is what happened. Never mind.
That is what you mean?
I was thinking about because he lost his match and then they added him to Money in the Bank at the last minute. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, nah.
But yes, correct. He did lose the Money in the Bank. Yes. And then he got a title match the next week. Yes. I stand corrected. Anyways, so then this is the part where I want to talk about Sammy Guevara. So this guy's a mute where he's handing out cue cards to the crowd. They go to commercial break and they come back and it's fucking... I thought that there was a setup the main event, but they just showed
yes.
that. Or it goes to commercial and then they come back and I expected it to be the main event, but it's Ruby Soho versus a jobber.
Yeah, even Excalibur said it. This is our main event right now. And then I was like, oh, cool, main event. I looked at the time, it's 6:32. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to lengthy match. I don't know how Jericho and Sting are going to pull that off. But then I see a woman coming out the ramp and I'm like, wait, are we not having the main event? Because obviously, AEW likes to go to picture in picture while the cue cards are going. The woman comes out and I'm like, what the hell? And then they come back from commercial. Ruby Soho comes out and I'm like, what the hell? But her opponent was Alexia Nicole. She's been in AEW before, mainly AEW Dark. And to be honest, she reminds me a lot of Thunder Rosa, mainly in the face. If you guys don't think so, please at me. Or if you guys think so, please at me.
Where do they at us?
At TRIGG_WRES TLING. That is TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. On Facebook and on YouTube, we're known as Triggered Wrestling. The match was pretty much a squash match. As we heard before, Britt Baker fell ill, so she couldn't make the match. So they had to book Ruby Soho with Alexia Nicole. Pretty much a squash match, like I was saying. I was going on Twitter, and a lot of people say, so Toni Storm is a champion. Ruby Soho's the mouthpiece. What the hell is Saraya doing?
Fucking racking in them millions of dollars, bro.
Apparently. I mean, she came for the star power, but it looks like Ruby Soho and Toni Storm can handle it on their own. So do they even need Saraya anymore?
They don't, bro. So this is the same thing that happened with Vicky Guerrero. They made a big deal about her being signed, and obviously she's got a mouthpiece, and then they don't even fucking have her talk. She just comes out and was with Nyla Rose, bro, and Marina Shafir, and then Marina Shafir did the worst promo, which was supposed to be because it was her hometown. But what's the point of putting her with Vicky Guerrero and not even have her talk? So in here, you bring in Saraya. She's having questionable matches. You don't even give her the opportunity to talk at this point. I don't understand. And this is the problem I have with AEW.
I mean, same. I can't disagree with you. I mean, this is facts. If I were to disagree with you, I'll be known as a mark. But I'm not. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but hopefully it could also be due to Saraya's injury. But again, she is a good talker. Have her talk.
Does her throat hurt, bro? I mean, oh, man. My bad.
I don't know. No comment.
Oh, man. Anyway, so we get a recap of Anthony Bowens and QTV. So Giant TV is now in production, and they dropped Hobbs off of QTV without saying anything, huh?
That I'm not sure. Again, we're going to have to see another episode of QTV. We already know that Hobbs said that he did better when he was following the book. So he might bring that book gimmick back to the Book of Hobbs. And he will be in the Owen Hart tournament, I believe on Rampage, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, Collision against Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, but you know who we will be seeing at Collectible Stampede on July 23rd at Taqueria Guadalajara, 6 West Court Street, Woodland, California. I don't know the zip code. QTV member Aaron Solo is gonna be in action with our homie Lo Devereaux and Midas Creed and some guy named Dom Sirius. I'm not familiar with him or his work, but the other 3 guys are some good wrestlers, and they're gonna be fighting for the Of the Dead Championship at Collectible Stampede Parking Lot Brawl. We'll be there. Buy your tickets on Eventbrite. We will be linking the tickets to our Instagram and TikTok, and that way y'all can buy your tickets. Tell them Triggered Wrestling sent you, or go to Barrio Toys or Collectible Stampede on IG, Instagram. So, yeah, Aaron Solo will be in action. Speaking of action, you know who else is going to be there is Drago.
Ooh.
He'll be taking on Guapo Lupe.
That's going to be an amazing match. Drago, I believe I missed him at a Pro Wrestling Revolution event in San Jose, California. Hopefully he goes to the show because I want to see him. The man is just amazing to me. I got to look at him in Lucha Underground. That's where I got to see a lot of Mexican talent come to the U.S. Lucha Underground was really my alternative, and Drago was one of my favorites in there too, especially his mask. It's not your typical luchador mask. It has an amazing mask. I believe it's made out of what? Like foam or leather or
Dragon scales, bro.
Like Drew McIntyre's sword from the Loch Ness Monster.
Bro, that shit fucking bent.
You
You remember that? When he smacked it on the ring rope and it bent.
Oh, yeah. But supposedly he was breaking the rope, right? Or slicing the rope?
He was trying to cut the rope. Yes. That's exactly what happened.
Damn, Loch Ness Monster, you weak as fuck.
Oh, man. So after that promo, we get Darby Allin and Sting versus Les Sex Gods, the Painmaker Chris Jericho. He's not the Ocho anymore. He's not the Wizard. It's just the Painmaker Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. And this is where some of my triggered energy comes before we even get into the match. So this match is a tornado tag team match. Of course, we've made excuses for AEW before because to my experience, tornado tag team match means that there's no tags. That's all I know. No tags. And then they started calling it a Texas Tornado Tag Team match, and they brought hardcore rules into things. And we're like, okay, I guess this is what they do in Texas. Texas Tornado Tag Team match. But now they're not in Texas, so they're just calling it Tornado Tag Team match, and there's still no rules.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, I'm not going to make an excuse for them. I really am not. But I know this was literally the only episode where I saw them heavily advertise AEW's Fights Forever. So I'm assuming that's probably why they had weapons involved. I'm not sure. But they need to explain the rules a little bit more, especially to the fans that don't pay attention, or just fans that just, want to get some knowledge. Hey, what is this match about? Is it a tornado tag team match, or is it a regular tag team match? Is it a hardcore match? Is it a Falls Count Anywhere match? Explain it.
Yeah, so before we get to the spot that everybody wants to hear us talk about, Adrian, do you have anything to say about the actual match before that part?
The match was pretty okay. Obviously, we already knew it was going to be mainly Sammy and Darby Allin taking charge and have Jericho and Sting take a few bumps. But we can begin with the bump that's seen around the world. A lot of people have said, oh, all these old heads, wrestlers, managers, people that have been in the business have said they're concerned about AEW talent taking bumps. They shouldn't be doing that. It's dangerous. Something horrible can go wrong. But it's Sting. Who the hell is going to tell Sting, hey, don't do this. It's not a good idea.
Pause. Listener, I'm going to give you some advice here before you listen to the rest. If you have not seen it, please YouTube it, and we will see you back here when you come back.
Yes.
All right, pause. All right, there you go. Now, Adrian, now continue on, because we're assuming that they now had Googled what happened.
Okay, yes. I know there's people out there that are concerned about AEW talent. That's good. And their concern is mainly towards the younger guys like Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Daniel Garcia, Danielson, recently broke his arm, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Hangman Adam Page, Phil Brooks, aka CM Punk. But who the hell is going to tell Sting to not do the things that he's doing? I'm for sure not going to tell Sting. I mean, the man's been in the business for how long?
But that's the thing. They should tell him, like, bro, you're 64 years old. You couldn't take a buckle bomb 10 years ago in WWE. So you should probably not be doing this. Of course, yes. We're talking about Sting jumping off the top of a ladder to dive through a table onto Sammy Guevara. And he makes it. I'm going to be honest. He makes it. He smacks his face so hard on Sammy Guevara that Sting ends up holding his mouth and luckily did not break his knees.
Yes, so like how Brian was saying, the ladder was on top of the ring. Sammy Guevara was on the side of the ring with two tables next to him. I believe Bully Ray explained it very well on Busted Open Radio. When you have a two-table spot like that, you always want to aim for the second table, the table furthest away from you. If you aim for the table furthest away from you, you're going to land it. Sting only went for the table where Sammy was at, which was the closest table to him. He made it, but since he didn't make the second table, that table got him in the chin, probably busted his mouth open, knocked a tooth, chipped a tooth. We don't know, but it was a scary spot. It really was. I was legit concerned for Sting. You know, as much as I want to be one of those fans that tell people, hey, cool it down. I mean, Sting's been in the business for so long. I mean, I don't think people are telling Sting to cool it. I don't think Sting's going to listen. I think he's going to want to go off with a bang. I mean, look at Ric Flair. He did not train for his last match. He was always drunk and high. The man died twice in that ring. And then a week or two after that, Ric Flair said, I still want a final match. I mean, can somebody tell these old heads, like, when are you going to call it quits? When are you going to say, hey, you know what? This is a dangerous spot. I don't think I should be doing this. What do you think?
I'm not gonna tell them when they shouldn't do these things. Also, obviously, we had that one spot with Penta and Dante Martin. Like, if they're gonna go ahead and do these spots, they're gonna do them because they want to do them. I don't think anybody in that building, anybody at home, wanted to see or ever wanted to see. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go out and say it. No one in the world other than Sting himself wanted to see Sting take that bump.
Yes.
It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. I'm going to go out and say it. Of course, me saying that, me saying my opinion doesn't mean shit. He wanted to do it. He went out and do it. He put on a show for the crowd. Did he need to? No, but I mean, he wants to keep doing it, man. But I mean, credit to him. But I mean, nobody in the world wanted to see that.
Yeah, he doesn't have to, but I mean, who's going to tell him? I mean, I'm pretty sure people have told him. I mean, it's not like people are giving him ideas. Hey, you're 64 years old. Go climb the tallest ladder and then just go jump off on Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, it's bad. And this is the thing. It's like after that happened, they still have to go into the ring, and it was the slowest way to end the match. Like, you already did a high spot, roll them into the ring, count 1, 2, 3, it's over. But no, they come into the ring, they have false finishes. Scorpion Deathlock brings him to the middle of the ropes. He grabs a bat, gets hit in the face, and then the match goes on for like another 5 minutes.
Do you also see that code breaker that Jericho hit him with? That one looks like a little dangerous. I actually thought his knee like kind of popped or something, but no, he was okay. I mean, I would have told him, hey, bro, like chill, lay down. Darby got this.
Yeah, exactly.
But the man just wanted to keep on going. I'm like, Sting. I mean, as much as I like the match, I'm concerned for your health, my man. Like, cool it. If you probably would have done it from the top of the third rope, I would be okay. But you did it ladder, which is even higher, and you sort of busted your chin.
And his knees. We should put out a poll out there for the crowd. Who took a better bump? Vince McMahon in the Stone Cold Stunner or Sting in the Codebreaker, bro?
WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, bro, that's just funny. Anyways, but yeah, so I mean, Darby Allin and Sting win. Scorpion Deathlock. Sting makes Chris Jericho tap out. That's the show. And personally, when the most talked about part of the show is a botched jump and a mediocre promo from Jungle Boy, I'm gonna say that there wasn't too much going on this show.
Yeah, no, this is another thing I'm disappointed by AEW. If you remember the fallout of Revolution here in Sacramento, California at the Golden One Center.
That show was not good either.
That episode was mid too.
It was mid, but see, it was booked mid in advance. Like, they announced what was going to happen like the week before, and then I was just like, I'm not going to go. It's not worth my money. Even if I was on the fence, after seeing the card, I don't want to go. I want to just watch that shit from home. And this one, I mean, Darby Allin, Sting, the Sex Gods. I guess you could see that we want to watch that one. I think they said that the Hung Bucks were going to be in action, and other than that, dude, I mean, Jon Moxley and Tomohiro Ishii. I mean, maybe. If Hijo del Vikingo was going to be there, that would be dope. With Keith Lee and Orange Cassidy in a 6-man tag against Jericho Appreciation Society? No. Give me some. There's so many other things you could do to book this. I don't really understand the booking tactics here. But here we are. I guess we got to look forward to Rampage and Collision.
Yeah, I did notice that the Lucha Brothers with Commander Vikingo are making a splash in Ring of Honor as a 4-man tag team. They're having some good matches out there, which is probably why we're not seeing the Lucha Bros on AEW TV. They are putting Ring of Honor over as Ring of Honor champions. Hopefully they can come back on AEW TV, mainly Dynamite, because they desperately need the Lucha Bros.
I mean, this show needs something, bro. I don't know what it is. But let us know what you think about this show. Hit us up. Once again, Trig_Wrestling. That's TRIGG_Wrestling. We're Triggered Wrestling. Adrian, anything else you want to say? Final thoughts?
Not much about the episode of Dynamite. I do have a few key topics I want to talk about since we are towards the end of our show. And there's a few controversial topics I want to talk about.
What you got?
Mainly MJF, or basically, is Tony Khan playing the WWE marks with MJF? And this is my question, but hear me out. Last week, or the week before, when Hiroshi Tanahashi challenged MJF for a match at Forbidden Door, a few segments later in that same episode of Dynamite, Renee Paquette interviewed MJF, MJF said he doesn't know who Tanahashi is and that he's not going to challenge an indie Japanese wrestler for his championship because his championship is the most prestigious title in wrestling. And I went on Twitter right after that, and the WWE marks started howling, started barking, started laughing. Right before the main event of that same Dynamite, the match was announced for Forbidden Door, MJF and Tanahashi. You could probably say I'm reaching, but I was thinking, I'm like, wait, why did Tony Khan book a backstage segment with MJF just to talk shit about New Japan and Tanahashi? Could it be that he's just playing the marks like puppets? You know, we all know that good publicity or bad publicity is still publicity. I don't know, I'm just thinking that, you know, Tony Khan is playing the marks with MJF, and at Forbidden Door in MJF's robe, it said, New Japan is an indie. Again, I went on Twitter and the marks started barking. New Japan is an indie company. MJF doesn't see New Japan as a real promotion, and the mark just started going off. But as me and you know, MJF does know Tanahashi. Like, who doesn't?
Antonio Inoki?
Yeah, that's like saying Hulk Hogan didn't know Antonio Inoki. I mean, just because you guys live on two opposite sides of the world and in two different promotions does not mean you know other talent.
Exactly. Hulk Hogan knew Conan.
Yeah.
They had a match together. You know, like, they know about the business. They're in the business together. It's their business to know. Just like, I mean, this is the whole thing about MJF. He's been essentially being a troll. He says whatever the fans on the internet are saying. He brought up Impact. He brings up WWE. He brings up Vince McMahon. The crowd goes wild. AEW fans, WWE fans. Doesn't matter what kind of fan you are. He said Impact and the crowd went nuts. He said Vince McMahon, the crowd goes nuts. He called New Japan an indie, crowd goes nuts. It's all stuff that we've all heard online before, especially because it's Forbidden Door. Like, obviously, people here know what New Japan is, but they're not going to know all the wrestlers over there. I don't know all the wrestlers over there, so I mean, they're going to be like, oh yeah, they're an unknown company. They're the indies, because nobody knows about them. So it's an easy thing to say to get cheap heat, and he did. He's the king of cheap heat.
Yeah, and like, there's times when MJF name drops Jim Cornette or Disco Inferno and calls Dave Meltzer a douchebag or something, and the crowd goes wild. The marks go wild. They start barking, and to me, I just think that Tony Khan is playing the marks, and it's just, yeah, MJF, just go out there and say whatever these people are saying online. You know, I don't know if Tony Khan thinks that's a good idea, but to me, I just think Tony Khan is playing the marks, and if he is, it's gonna be hilarious when we find out, because these marks hate Tony Khan, and if they find out that Tony Khan is playing them, they're gonna get pissed.
It's not Tony Khan playing them. It's MJF. You know dang well Tony Khan has no control over what these guys really do. Hence CM Punk and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
But I thought Tony Khan made CM Punk sign an NDA.
He might have made him sign an NDA, but he ain't controlling what he's that fool saying on the TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Another topic here that I want to bring up. What's up with Rhea Ripley, man? I just think right now she's more of a lackey to Dominic. I mean, her one-on-one opponents have been mainly jobbers. She hasn't defended the title as much. You know, all she's been used as is Dominic's mommy and his bodyguard. She's just parading the title. Even last week, Becky Lynch said, you need the title, but the title needs Becky Lynch. Doesn't make sense right now, especially her booking. I don't like it. I don't like the way the women's division is being booked over there. Do you see the same thing as I do, or do you think something different?
You know, the WWE women's division is just booked poorly. Short of Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, and Io Sky, there's not really much going on over there. And you know, my daughter watches WWE with me. Aww. And what did she say? Oh, she loves Rhea Ripley. She always says, that's Domi's mommy. Just stuff like that. Dom's mom. And at this point, it's, what's the word? She says, okay, she says Dom's mom's got it going on. That's what she says. But, you know, I don't know, dude. I feel like it's overplayed at this point. Like, they gotta... you know what? It's not overplayed. At this point, just have her fucking fight the men. I'm not a fan of intergender matches, bro, but at this point, I'm okay with it. Like, China, there's nobody in the women's division that's gonna fight her. Same with Beth Phoenix. There's nobody. There's a point where that one chick who is now on TV on Glow, what's her name? Awesome Kong?
Yes.
She was fighting men. She was huge. At this point, I'm okay seeing Rhea Ripley beat up on some dudes. Just like Tessa Blanchard, because that women's division needs some help, and it ain't gonna get help anytime soon.
Yeah, that's my only thing with WWE. It's like, why? I mean, I know they want to make a story, they want to have people tune in. Look at Io Sky. There's no story there besides her wrestling. She's over with the crowd. We love Io Sky in Triggered Wrestling. She's one of our top female athletes in Triggered Wrestling. Just have the woman fight, wrestle, no character, no gimmick, no story. Bam, and that's how you get the crowd over. I mean, nobody cares about Trish Stratus anymore. Zoe Stark is just a lackey. I mean, Natalya, what? A lot of people are saying, oh, maybe they're making a story with Natalya. Maybe Natalya is gonna have a...
There's no story. She's there to put over talent and help them train.
What talent? I haven't seen anybody train.
She's got a lot of videos with her and Liv Morgan, like training at the new Heart Dungeon with TJ Wilson, with what's his name, Tyson Kidd. They got a lot of people training out there, like on the days off and stuff. That's the only thing I could really think of. But I mean, if you're gonna have somebody like Natalya on your roster, as she's a lot more valuable on your roster and WWE doing nothing than having her help out AEW at this point, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Especially like with squash, she's gotten squashed twice. Like, if you're not gonna use her, let her go, or just have her be a manager to somebody. I mean, there's women out there in the NXT locker room that want a big push. Natalya can certainly be a good manager, but for some reason, I don't know. They're just having Natalya be a goofball right now.
Yeah, anyways, any other topics you got for us?
One last topic, and as for the fans, if you guys haven't seen our Money in the Bank prediction episode, please go watch that right now because the card is stacked. And one last question I want to ask you and probably the fans. Will Money in the Bank be better than Forbidden Door, aka Forbidden Snore?
Yes.
Ooh.
Just based off of one match, bro.
Which is?
Not even the main one, bro. Men's Money in the Bank, easily best match out of all those matches. But come on, the best story in the whole wild world. The Bloodline, bro. Come on now.
I want to say, what can they do that we haven't seen before?
We have not seen before Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos, bro. First time ever.
No, I know, but like depending on, I mean, what are we gonna see? 30 spears, 300 super kicks, probably 5 botches from Solo Sikoa, and 1 Superman punch for Roman Reigns. That's what I predict.
One? That's being very, very...
I mean, if he's the top contender, the champion for over 1,000 days, 1 Superman punch should do the job, don't you think?
It doesn't even take Orange Cassidy 1, bro.
Well, Orange Cassidy has a modern medicine. I have my trigger energy with Orange Cassidy. Roman Reigns is my guy. I want to put him as over as much as I can. But yes, Roman Reigns would be victorious with 1 Superman punch. I'll be surprised if he does more than 1.
They're losing, I think. I'm going to go with Jey Uso pinning Roman Reigns. Actually, yeah. Well, there you go. I spoiled myself for the Money in the Bank prediction.
Yeah. One last question that we didn't answer at the Money in the Bank prediction episode. The man who wins the Money in the Bank, who are they going to cash it in on? Are they going to cash it in for Roman Reigns' title?
Roman Reigns.
Are you sure about that, or are they going to cash it in for that second place title?
No, it's going to... Oh, fuck.
And let's not forget, Paul Levesque did say, there's a new rule in Money in the Bank. Whoever wins can challenge for any title. But didn't Theory try to cash in on the Intercontinental Champion or the US title last year? Which means...
He did.
So what rule?
Yeah, but maybe he means NXT titles too.
Well, then you got to go to NXT. That's like, you know, I don't know if you remember ECW when there was a Money in the Bank and Lashley was the ECW champion. I forgot who won that Money in the Bank, but nobody was going to challenge the ECW champion. Nobody was going to cash in for the ECW title. But you never know, actually.
You never know now, dude. I mean, honestly, NXT is doing really well with, Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin came out as Lone Wolf again. Lost, but still, it was pretty interesting to see.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that match?
I did not. I'm going to look it up right now.
I've heard that the match was good. I'm not a big Corbin fan. I already gave up on Corbin long ago. But, you know, I do listen to some rumors and critics and stuff like that. But I always want to make my last decision. I'm not influenced by anybody. I am influenced by my own decisions, by my own mind. So, you know, again, I'm not going to trash talk it unless I see it. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to say it's trash. Once I see it, I'll give my 2 cents on it. But until then, I'll stay quiet.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for our show. Hit us up on Trig_Wrestling. Hit us up on Triggered Wrestling on YouTube. Watch our videos. Watch our top 5 list with Nick Gage. Watch our What Triggers You questions to the fans. A lot of entertainment. If you guys got any ideas, let us know. Let us know your triggered energy. We're going to start interviewing some wrestlers here and asking them more details about top 5s and what's going on for what triggers them. So stay tuned for that stuff, guys.
Stay tuned, and most importantly, stay triggered.
Pow pow.